Hi everybody, my name is Kate Donnelly and I work here at The Dude, and I think we're going to go ahead and get started for today. Before I hand it over to Nick, our presenter, I just wanted to go over a few housekeeping items for the webinar today. We have the phone lines muted just because there are so many people on the call. We want to prevent any background noise or anything like that. But if you do have any questions, you can submit them in the chat feature, which is in the bottom left hand of your screen, and we'll answer them at the end. And if we don't have time to get to all the questions, either Nick or I will follow up and make sure we get an answer for you. And we are recording the webinar today, and you will get it to pass along to others, to share, and everything like that. So Nick, if you want to get going, I think we're ready.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much, Kate. Hope everyone's doing well. I am super excited to be able to share with you today about a new solution that we're bringing to the table that I really think is going to help shape and redefine how the Dude defines legendary support and training as we move forward into the future. And we are calling this new solution Dude Learn, and I'm really excited that all of you are here today, and all of those that will be listening to this recording in the coming weeks. Just really excited to be able to share this with you. So before we get going, just want to share a little bit with you about kind of what we're going to go over today, and what type of value that you're going to get from this webinar. So, I want to make sure that in this discussion, we cover with you all, what Dude Learn is, and why you should be interested in it, and what you can expect from Dude Learn, and what type of value that it's going to bring to your organization. And I want to help explore those possibilities with you. And I want to share with you a little bit about what people are saying about Dude Learn, and what type of feedback that we've been getting around the new solution that we're looking to provide. And then I want to have time for any questions that you have. I want to make sure that if there's anything during this webinar that you have questions about, chat those in and let us know. I'd be more than happy to answer any of those questions as well. So what is Dude Learn? Dude Learn is our new online training center. It's where we have worked with people internally to put together content full of the tips and tricks that they've learned working with our software for the last 16 years, and the techniques and strategies that we use to train our own staff are being made available to clients. We are creating a learning experience in our software that our client base has never seen. This is knowledge and content that is laid out in such a way that presents our solutions to you in a way that you've never seen before. And we think that it's going to provide tremendous value to your organization, and it's going to help you accomplish many goals, and we're going to talk about some of those here in just a little bit. But this is a on-demand 24/7 solution that you can use to train your staff, to train yourself, and ultimately, if this is a goal of yours, to work toward being a certified Dude Solutions administrator. We're looking at providing real-world certifications for our software. We see the need there in our client base. It's been a long-standing request, and we are ready to address that need with clients. Some of you may have been at Dude U East down in Myrtle Beach back in the spring. I was able to teach a few classes about Dude certification and Dude Learn there. Attendance was through the roof, and there was really a lot of interest with our client base. We've got a great turnout today, which I'm really excited to see, and I'm excited for you all to dive into Dude Learn and see what it has to offer. So, what's the goal for Dude Learn? I want to make sure that you guys understand what our mission is for providing this new solution to you. We believe in the power of people within your organization. Here at The Dude, that's one of our core values. We know that the most important thing we have, the most important thing that we bring to the table every day is the people in our organization. And we want to do everything that we can to make those people the best possible employees that we can so that they can provide the best service. And hopefully all of you that are attending this webinar, that are going to listen to this webinar, have experienced that level of service, whether it be from a salesperson, someone from our financial teams, or client service center. We pride ourselves on our people. So we believe in the value of making the people the best that they can be. And we believe Dudes Learn fits directly in with that mission. And there are several things that we believe Dude Learn is going to help you directly with. We believe that the content that we're providing in Dude Learn will help you obtain a quicker time to value with your applications. If you're able to access an on-demand 24/7 library of content that goes into a deep dive into our software applications and teaches you all the nuances and tips and tricks that you need to be able to set up, configure, and manage those applications, we believe that's going to improve your time to value significantly. We think that we can use Dude Learn to help increase your utilization with your employees. There might be many of you out there that are currently using our solutions, and you may feel like some of your staff are not utilizing the software like they should. And in turn, on your end, if you're an administrator, that might turn into you're running a report and you're not quite getting the data that you want. And that could be for multiple reasons. Maybe it's because someone doesn't understand what the software is capable of or how they're supposed to use it. Or maybe you have someone that was sat in on a part of a training session 2 or 3 years ago and they really haven't refreshed their knowledge on the software since then. So the data that you're getting from the system is not what you want. We think that we can insert Dude Learn, improve utilization with your employees, because not only do they understand how to do something, they understand why it's important. That's a big point I want to drive home about Dude Learn. Is we wanted to make sure in the creation of this solution that we focused on the why. Why do we recommend that you do certain things the way we do? Why does it benefit your organization? And ultimately, how is it going to improve your data integrity? And through all of those, giving you a path to a new level of knowledge you never had before, and being able to put that stamp on it and say, I am in fact a certified Dude Solutions administrator. So, want to talk a little bit about some of the details of Dude Learn and kind of what we're offering initially. Dude Learn is going to be an iterative process. We are not going to have content for all of our solutions at launch. We are going to continue to grow the library over time and continue to bring you new value. But some of the things that we're going to provide initially, we're going to have our main certification track. Okay, and this is really focused for administrators. The certification track is for those who are interested in solidifying their Dude knowledge. This could be for someone who is new to the Dude and is sort of a new administrator. This could be for someone who has been a Dude administrator for 5, 7, 10 years. I'm going to share some feedback from some clients that have been helping us with some testing of Dude Learn content, and I found some of their feedback very interesting, but we'll cover that in just a moment. And our certification track within Dude Learn is ultimately our preparation for our certification exam. And the certification exam is something that I'll talk about here in just a few moments. We're also including what we're calling a fundamentals track. And our fundamentals track is going to provide a hub for professional development content. We've got some content centered around Excel and using Dude data with Excel and kind of making that connection so that we can make different types of reports and tips and tricks in Excel to manipulate Dude data specifically. This is also where we're including our onboarding fast track courses. Our fundamentals courses to help clients get up to speed in new solutions quicker. And this is really what's creating the foundation of our Dude Learn experience. So we're going to continually add content that may not necessarily be solution related specifically. So we'll have a track for Maintenance Direct and PM Direct. That kind of goes into a certification track. But there might be other pieces of content that we'll put into a fundamentals track. And then coming later on this year, when we start talking about utilization with your employees and really filtering that down to the masses, we're really excited about a technician track that we're currently working on some testing with and trying to finalize. And that's going to be ready by quarter 4 of this year. And this is where we really want to have an impact on your staff, the mass of your staff, and make sure that they understand how to use the system and why it's important, so that you can improve that data integrity and make sure that you're getting everything that you need, that you'll be able to get everything that you need from your solution. And I just see a comment coming in from Doug about the technicians, that track encompassing the wireless module as well, our app, and yes, it will. So we are really priding ourselves on this track and making sure that it encompasses what a technician will need on a day-to-day basis. We want to have them out in the field. We want to have them doing their job, and making sure that they're not behind a desk all day. So we're definitely going to cover that material in the technician track as well. So we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit more about pricing here in just a few minutes, but I want to kind of feature one of the major tracks that we're going to have out of launch, and this is our M&O track. And we're looking at a deal right now for 3 seats of access for this for $450. And when you purchase Dude Learn, just so we're all on the same page here, a purchase of Dude Learn will encompass all tracks included. So fundamentals, if you buy a seat to Dude Learn, fundamentals, certification track, and when it becomes available, the technician track as well. So we're including all of that into those seats. And again, this is 24/7 access. And we are going to continue to add content and make sure that you're kept abreast of those content changes and enhancements and updates to Dude Learn as we're doing those. We want to communicate those through the solution and be as transparent as possible. And this M&O track being sort of the prep course for certification. Now, having Dude Learn is not necessarily, you don't have to do certification if you have Dude Learn. But if you want to do certification, we strongly recommend that you go through the Dude Learn material because it is intensive. We're looking at the M&O track anywhere between 12 to 20 hours of courseware to be able to prepare yourself for the certification exam. And Dan, I see your question there. I'm going to get to it just in a minute. Okay. Again, the role training tracks. This is where we want to, really get Dude Learn out to the masses within your organization and be able to help you. Make sure the competency of your employees is up and that they're using the solution the way that they need to. And also, we believe that this tool will be able to help you get new employees up to speed faster. You've always got people transitioning within the organization. You've got people coming and going, people in new roles, people that are new to the software, and being able to plug them into this on-demand pathway of knowledge. There's no waiting for a training with this. You have access to the courseware. They're able to get in there and get their hands dirty and display that they know how to use the software. And later on when we do a demo, I'm going to show you a little bit on how we do that. We do offer a discount for volume purchases, but again, I'm going to talk a little bit more about pricing here in just a moment. So, Dude certifications. This is something that we are very, very excited about. I cannot wait to meet the first certified dudes and be able to shake their hand, and be able to see them be awarded with that acknowledgement of what they know about our solutions. This is going to be something that is going to become a part of our Dude University experience. And right now, for access to our certification exam, we're looking at a $250 exam cost for that, and our certifications are going to be good for 2 years. So there will be a recertification process, as there will be enhancements, updates to our products. We want people to make sure that they're staying current with their knowledge. So we're going to put a lot around Dude certification. And the exam itself, not going to make any bones about it. We don't want it to be a walk in the park. We want to really, we really want to challenge our clients to think about our solutions on a different level. And by doing that, improving utilization. I see a question coming in there for Shelley. Will certification become mandatory? Certification right now would not be a mandatory. There would not be a mandate from the dude that you have to be certified in our software. Now that could be something within your own organization that you may implement. Someone who's going to administer software for you may need to go through that certification process to be able to do that, to cement their knowledge and be able to show that they understand the software on that type of level. But this is an exam that we're really excited to provide for our client base, and we really think is going to be a great challenge. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that we've heard from our clients about Dude Learn. And so, just so everyone on the call kind of understands, my role in this, and just being transparent about things, because I think it's important to know that I felt this way. I think is I kind of oversee our Dude Learn project, and I'm helping construct the product and manage it. And from a new client perspective, I saw it right out of the gate. You're new to the Dude. You don't really know much. Get into Dude Learn, get your feet wet. But what if there are clients on the call right now, and you might be thinking this, I've been using the Dude for 3 years, 5 years, 6 years. I don't know what I can get from Dude Learn. I'm not really sure what's in it for me. These two clients here, these are two of the clients that we've had going through and giving us some feedback on the content. Michael Madrake and Jill Godina, they are very seasoned Dude veterans. And I was very interested to hear what they had to say about their experience with Dude Learn. Michael Madrake is the CMMS administrator for Frederick County Public Schools in Maryland. He's been using the Dude for many years. There's sometimes he calls into our support team and tells us a thing or two, and some of you that are on the call right now might be the same way. We really appreciate you having that type of knowledge about our solutions. And Michael was able to say that he got something from everything that he consumed in Dude Learn, and it really helped him think about how they were using the solution and changing up a few things in their workflow to maybe do some things more efficiently. And I thought that was really cool. And then, kind of a funny quote here from Jill. She said Highline School District's account a few years ago, and she said that she failed one of our account setup courses 3 times, and her being the person that set it up, she was kind of baffled by that. She kind of wagging her finger at the computer and saying, "No, I didn't fail this." And she also said, knowing that if she failed it, there's other administrators within her account that, she's pretty sure they might not do as well on it either initially, and just because they don't have the experience she does. So the fact that Dude Learn was able to reach these people the way that it did, frankly, it surprised me. And I think it really just speaks to the job that our team has done in being very intentional and being very organized in how we structure the data and how we structure the content and how we present it. So that was something that was really cool to see. So clients are already seeing value in it. So something that we want to make sure that clients are aware of, something that we are going to make transparent within the solution itself, but something I want to talk about here is what's coming for Dude Learn? What's the roadmap look like? Because this is going to be an evolving solution. We're going to continue to add value to it over time. And so, in quarter 3, we are going to have a Maintenance Direct, PM Direct, or Maintenance Essentials release or certification track presented. We're also going to have Maintenance Edge certification track presented for our clients that are not in our education markets. And then in quarter 4, we're really going to be spinning up some exciting things as well with having our first certification exams, which we're super pumped about, our role training or technician track, becoming available, and then also having an Event Essentials certification track, or what some of you may know as FS Direct. So having something available, a certification path for FS Direct, I think will be great for our client base as well. And then we'll continue, we're going to continue to look at the need of our client base and continue to evolve our roadmap into 2017. And again, being completely transparent about that and making sure that you know what is coming. So a little bit about pricing. Pricing for Dude Learn starts at $200 per seat per year. So this is an annual renewal subscription. And so this is different than some of our other solutions that you have. If you purchase Maintenance Direct, you purchase Work Order, we have an unlimited user license. For Dude Learn, we're going to be very intentional about who has access to Dude Learn and who's on certification path. So we want to make sure that we're upfront and direct about that. And then for volume purchases, there is a discount pricing model for volume purchases, but sales will be able to cover more of that with you if that's something that you're interested in exploring. And then really quickly, I just want to show you a short demo of Dude Learn. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I just want to talk to you about some of the things we've been intentional about in how we've created content. So just going to share my screen here with you. And so now we should be seeing the home page of Dude Learn. See, we have a course enhancements here. This is where we're going to feed information in about the roadmap and about what's coming. For anyone who's new to Dude Learn, we've got on the home screen, we've got sort of a welcome video that kind of instructs you on what you need to do, what are your first steps in Dude Learn, how do you get going with content. But I'm going to scroll down my home page here, and I'm going to open up, I've registered for some courses already, so I'm going to open up the certification prep course learning path here. And I'm going to try and stay slow. I know there might be an issue with the ReadyTalk here. I want to make sure everyone can see kind of what we're looking at here. So I'm looking at some of the different courses that are included within our administrator learning path here. And so you'll notice troubleshooting as some different courses that we're providing for different areas of our software, and that's something that we're really excited about, and really bringing our client advisors kind of to the front and really presenting some cool information with you that way. But I'm going to jump into the user management course here. Okay. So, and I'm just going to skip. There's just a couple things here I want to talk about as we're looking at this content. And so something that we've done with our content and we wanted to be very intentional about is, we looked at all the experience we have, over our years of service to our clients, and what really defines what does being a certified administrator mean? How do we define that? And so I want everyone to know that within all of our courses, we are providing direct learning objectives for you, and we present those to you in every course and in every lesson throughout those courses. So there are known action items that you should walk away with. When studying for our certification exam, providing you a study guide and mapping objectives to things you should know how to do. If you're going to be a certified administrator, you need to be able to define the functionality for each user role in your application. You need to know what that is, and making sure that we're very upfront and very intentional about that. Okay? I'm going to kind of skip ahead here a little bit. So we do provide assessments within our courses as well. And we do have, what you might call like a standard assessment in terms of multiple choice, matching true and false. But one of the things that we're doing that I think our software is really helping us differentiate ourselves in terms of learning is, and I'm just going to kind of skip ahead here, and we're really involving a lot of this in our role training too, especially. I'm just going to skip ahead here. There's one particular I want to show you, okay, is we're providing what we call simulations within our software. And this is where we will present you with a scenario. So in this case, we're in the admin track, so this is something that an administrator would do. But we're looking to do the exact same things with technicians. We present you with a scenario, and then you have to actually show us in the software, how do you do this? How do you perform this? And then we give you feedback on your performance throughout the course or throughout the assessment so that you can know how you did. So I need to set this technician's default, will you perform this work? On the work order forms, yes. So I guess my first thing for you to think about is, if I said you had to do that right now, could you do it? I think that's something for you to think about. Do you know how to do that? DudeLearn is going to show you how. So if I click somewhere in the wrong place, it gives me some feedback on where I need to go. Okay, so we kind of click through the software, and it takes us through where we need to go. Okay, and then again, I click in the right place, I click in the wrong place, it gives me incorrect information. Okay, and we actually click through the software, and it gives us feedback on what we did. Okay, so as an administrator, if we're talking about your technicians getting trained, you'll be able to have insight into how they did on their assessments. And so when you're getting data that doesn't add up, now you can say, well, I know you passed this assessment, or you didn't pass this assessment. You need to go back and do this, or I know you know how to do it. Why isn't it being done the correct way? So those are a couple of the things with the learning objectives, being very intentional about how we present the content. And then also, with the simulations as part of our assessments, not just sitting there watching the video, but actually showing us how to do something within the software. We think that's really going to be pivotal in your learning. Kate, can you stop sharing?
Yes, sir. Just hold on a second. There you go.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
So we have a poll here up, and if you guys want to know more about DudeLearn, or if you just want to go ahead and have it turned on for you and get started, let us know right here in this poll, and we're going to leave it up for a little bit just so everybody can get an answer in. And Nick, while we're sitting here waiting on the poll, I have a few questions to ask you.
Sure, absolutely. Yes, go ahead.
What are we thinking in times, in a time range for when capital forecast training is going to be available?
That's a really good one. I can tell you for certain right now what I do know and how I can speak to that. I can tell you right now with 99% certainty it will not be in 2016. So we're still looking at and formulating the roadmap for 2017. And right now, in my mind, I think 2017 is wide open. I think we've got to look at the client base. We've got to look at the rollout. And we've just got to look at where our needs are for content.
Mm-hmm. And we also had a same question, but about incident for Tech Essentials.
I would say my response to those would be the same as before. I would say those are probably not in the 2016 roadmap, but again, I think 2017 is wide open at this point. And again, I think it just depends on what the need is from the client base and what we feel we can push out there.
Mm-hmm. And so a few others, and this one's really important, so I'm glad somebody asked it, is how does this differ from the training that already comes with Maintenance Essentials Pro and our awesome training and support that we already provide?
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of things with that. So number one, I'll use a couple of examples to illustrate. So let's take the idea of training your technicians, for instance. Typically, at least in the past, in my experience and talking with onboarders here, sometimes when we'll do like technician trainings, a lot of times those are group trainings. And those are group web conference calls. And we're certainly giving your technicians and your staff the information that they need. But my question is, how do you know what they took away from that. I think Dude Learn provides a platform for you to get a better insight into, gives you a better insight into what your staff truly understands about the software, and if they understand how and how to use it and why they should use it a certain way. I also think that, talking about our training sessions, we do a absolutely fantastic job with our training and support, getting you up to speed and getting you the information that you need. But getting you the information that you may need specific to your implementation may not encompass all of the functionality or everything with our product, or our solutions. So I think there's a deeper dive into the knowledge and the functionality of our solutions that you don't really get, and you get that insight into how much people really know about our solutions.
Awesome. And so we have another question.
Yep.
If someone were to start Dude Learn right away, when could they take the certification exam?
Our first certification exams will be administered at Dude U West in San Diego in October. Now, as far as our certifications go, we are looking at other possibilities for certification. So we're looking at the possibility of having testing centers around the country to host and administer our exams so that you could do them in your local area. We are exploring the possibility of secure virtual assessments for you to be able to take the certifications within your own area as well. Right now, they're a part of the Dude University experience. I believe they'll continue to be the part of the Dude University experience as we move into the future, but exploring other options into how we can provide other certification methods will be important as well.
And so we have a question from Michelle, and she wants to know what the difference is between the cost of the M&O track and the Dude Learn pricing. And since it is sold by seats, it is correct to say that they'll have access to all tracks.
Correct. So is the question I'm reading is there a pricing difference in the technician track? And the answer to that question is yes. There is a difference in pricing between an administrator certification and a technician. So the technician the kind of technician content and pathway that we're looking at taking clients through is not quite as involved as the administrator track, because technicians don't have full functionality in the applications. So it's very specific to what they need to do and how they work within the system. So there is a price difference and sales will be able to talk to you about that.
Awesome. And so we have a few other questions about if Dude Learn is going to qualify for certain accreditation hours.
CEUs. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's something that we're currently working through right now. There's a process to kind of make that happen. So that's something that we are definitely exploring, and that's something that we are going to look at as a possibility for the future. But as of today, right now, that is not the case. But we are looking at going through that process and having it and including that.
Awesome. And the last question for now, and I know there are a few others that we didn't follow up on, but I'll make sure that Nick and I email or give you a call and make sure all of your questions are answered. And if you think of one afterwards, you can submit it in the survey that will pop up. But the last question we have is that are the seats transferable? And if an employee leaves and they still have time left on their seat, can we transfer?
Yep, that's absolutely the case. And so we have a process for that, and we have a team that's handling that as far as entitling users in Dude Learn and working with you to make sure that if you have someone who leaves, that their entitlement to a Dude Learn seat is moved to the correct person within your organization, so that you can track what that new person is doing as well.
Perfect. And so I know we still have some other questions, but I'll be sure to answer them myself or send them to Nick to get you an answer right away. And I think
And
I think that's all I have if you're good, Nick.
I just want to say one thing, just because I saw a few questions coming about. I just want to throw it out there really quick. I just want everyone to know you didn't see it today, but reporting in our solutions is going to be huge in Dude Learn. We are going to do a deep dive into our KPIs, into our reports, and to help you get some of the data that you want to get out of our solutions. And that's all I'll say there. But yeah, we'll definitely answer the other questions. I just want to make sure I got that out there.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming today, and Nick, thank you for showing us Dude Learn.
Absolutely.
And everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.